All right, so I'm gonna have to start again. All right, so today's section is packed with insightful discussion, helpful tips, and a chance to interact with alumni students. Let's dive in. This section will be nothing short of transformational for your MBA experience. I can guarantee you that. I want you to get ready for some insightful tips that can transform your MBA journey. All right, let me quickly set some housekeeping rule. Please mute your mic when you are not speaking. If you have a question as the speaker comes on board, you can please use the chat box at the speed of concern. We will take your questions at the end of during the Q&A section, sorry. You can also raise your hand if you want to speak. If we have the luxury of time to take your question, we'll ask you to unmute and then you will speak. Please, we want to speak to our guest speaker in the house. We'd like you to please turn on your camera if possible, if you know the environment that you are in is not distracting. We just want to make this conversation as interacting as possible. For those online, please be informed that this meeting is being recorded. But participating, that means you have given us your consent to record this meeting. And if you have any technical issue, maybe you have challenges with your network, please feel free to use the chat box. We will address some of this issue for you. All right. Good morning once again, everyone. Let me quickly introduce the host to you. I'm not sure many of the incomers they know him, but I think it's my responsibility to introduce him to the house. I want to quickly speak briefly about the host. His name is Professor Jude Amaechi. It's my honor to introduce today's host and the visionary behind the Brainers Consult to you all. Prof is an exceptional educator, a distinguished professional, and a pillar of support for many UNILAG MBA students. And for many of you who don't know him, well, I've known Prof for a while and I can tell you so many things about him. He has been awesome. He's very good at what he does. In fact, let me quickly give you some, background about Prof. Prof, he holds some qualifications like he's a member of the Associate Chartered Accountants. He has a HND in accounting, BSc in finance, and an MSc in finance as well. In fact, he went further to get a PGD, postgraduate diploma in education, and is currently pursuing his PhD in finance. And that's to tell you how grounded Prof is. Prof is so wide, and I'm sure many of you over, in the course of your journey in MBA school, you get to know him more better. I'm not sure I can exhaust Prof in this, little conversation. So beyond his academic achievement, Prof's commitment to excellence has earned him a nomination for the prestigious UNILAG Postgraduate Tutor of the Year Award. That means Prof won the UNILAG Postgraduate Tutor Year Award for this year. So it went to Prof. Wow. Congratulations, Prof. And a testament to this impact and his dedications to students like you. So let me quickly give you some brief overview of what Brennan does. Brennan isn't just about tutorial. Prof. Jude and his team provide comprehensive support to students, including assistance with assignments to help you manage your workload effectively, and they provide guidance on projects for those that are in their third semester for full-time students, and the current graduating, part-time students. We provide guidance on projects to ensure they ace them with confidence. Prof also we also, during the course of tutorial, I usually share tips on how to excel in examination and other academic challenges. So with Brainers, you are not just getting a tutor. I'm telling you, you are gaining a partner who is deeply invested in your success. So Brainers is more than a tutorial center for many of us. It's much more than, because what we get is more than tutorial. What we get is value. We get value for everything that Prof has to offer us. We can't even thank him enough. I remember the day he celebrated his birthday, we were just showering him with praise. We were just sending him, apart from that we paid for his services, I can tell you Prof go extra mile most of the time to ensure to see to our own success. So for the people who are just joining us, if you know you are not on the Brainers Consult WhatsApp platform, I will quickly encourage you to please drop your phone number in the chat. Someone will pick it up and then add you to the Brainers Consult WhatsApp group. This is where you can get updated information as regard Brainers Consults. So please feel free to drop your number on the chat. Somebody will pick it up and add you to the WhatsApp group. All right, let's quickly go to the main reason why you are here. why we are all here. I hope our speakers are ready. Oh, sorry, my video has been turned off. I didn't even say that. Apologies, sorry. Pardon me for that. So we have guest speakers in the house. We have guest speakers in the house. We have Alex. Alex is one of the graduating students. He will be taking us in this journey. We have Uche. Uche now, Iwa Uche is a year 2 student. Uche is a senior strategy and research manager. We have Bukola in the house as well. She's a current graduating student. She finished with a CGPA of 4.67. That's a lot. And many of you might not know what that means, but it's a lot, for somebody to finish with such CGPA. That shows, please, can we please mute our mic? Sorry for the distraction. I need to mute that person. Sorry. Please, going forward, let's turn off our mic so that we are not distracted in the meeting. Thank you so much for your compliance. So we'll be bringing the three of them. One of the speakers that we should have on board today is Mr. Peter Lekwa, aka Spirit Man. He's our management and marketing tutor. I would have loved he's on this call, but I don't know why he's not joining this call. So maybe in the course of the meeting, if it's possible you join us, fine, I'll bring him on board. But if you can't have him today, you get to know Spirit Man, as you journey in your tutorial with Brainers. So I'll bring in Alex now. Alex, can you confirm you're on this call? Mr. Alex.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm here.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Alex. Good to have you on board. So, Alex, you have the next, let me say, 10-15 minutes to speak to us about the overview of Brainers Consult and its support for MBA students. And then we also expect that you share some tips here and there on how these guys can succeed in their MBA journey. And don't forget, these guys that we are having on call today, they are the future of the MBA. So we are going to leave all of this for them to take it further. So I expected that you share some of the things that will help them in their journey in MBA school and how they can have a smooth and stress-free journey in MBA school. So thank you, Alex. Over to you.
All right. Thank you, Peter. And good morning, everyone. Good morning, young managers in the house. Like Peter introduced, my name is Mr. Alex. By the grace of God, I'm a graduating student from UNILAG MBA. I was happily molded and transformed by this Brainers Consult. So confirming, can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you, Alex. You can go ahead. You can hear you.
All right. So I want to mention to us one thing that is key today. There are many tutorial centers and many lecturing outfits in UNILAG. But one thing that stands out about Brainers Consult is that Brainers Consult is not just a tutorial center, but it is what I call a capacity building center. Brainers Consult will give you the complete compartment of what you need for you to succeed in MBA. And most other centers will come and teach you and leave you to go and learn. Brainers Consult will actually help understand your strength, understand your weakness, improve in your weakness, and strengthen where you have the areas you are strong. So it goes beyond just teaching you. It is building capacity in you, developing the best part of you. So Brainers Consult, so I would like us to understand why we make this choice, why we should be part of this family. It is like a family educational center where you'll be guided from the first day. You'll be guided throughout your journey in MBA. You understand what is needed for you to learn, how much of that is needed for you to know. Sorry, I was muted. Can you hear me now, please? I was muted before.
Yes, we can hear you. Sorry about that. I was trying to mute the person that was interrupting the meeting.
All right, so let's talk about lecture first. So in lecturing, Brenner's Consult is about the only tutorial center that has great competence in all the tutors that is able to take you in all the courses you take in MBA. I mean, in all the courses you have in MBA, Brenner's Consult is about the only tutorial center that have this capacity. And the lecturers and the tutors are very competent, and they will teach you, and they will let you understand the value of your money. So you are not just coming here, to just gain, to just attend lectures like other tutorial centers. No, in Brenner's Consult, each tutor will make sure they will analyze the capacity of the class. They will tell you what is needed for you to learn. And they will also tell you how much of that is needed for you to learn to succeed in MBA. Not just that, apart from lecture, Brenner's Consult delivers what we call overall consultations to MBA students in all areas. For instance, the key areas for you to succeed in MBA is your lecture, your assignment, your quiz, and your exam. Those are the 4 key areas. I've mentioned how important and how supportive Brenner's Consult can be for lecture. Then, the second aspect is for your assignment. Brenner's Consult will also give you 100% support for every assignment, and not just solving the assignment for you. The Brenner's Consult will let you solve the assignment and also teach you to understand how the assignment is being solved. And this is one of the key reasons why people rate Brenner's Consult so high, because they won't just leave you with a fish, they will show you how to get the fish. And when you leave Brenner's Consult, you will become a different person. The third one is your lectures. Many students may not understand how to manage or how to go about their lectures. In Brenner's Consult, before you commence your lecture, the tutors will give you a guide to what you expected from your lecturers. Even before you see your timetable, they will guide you so that you will be well briefed. Before you see your timetable, you will be well informed. So when you're making your research and readings, you can never go outside of your scope. And that has been very helpful. And that is one of the strengths of Brenner's Consult. Another one is useful tips, like Mr. Peter mentioned. In fact, we call it the danger secret in Brenner's Consult. In Brenner's Consult, you will be treated like a VIP, because some key information will be given to you and you can only get it from Brenner's Consult. Another key informations are the things that will help you not just to succeed, but also to excel. And it's only here that you can get it and get it for free. You won't pay for it. But because you're a member of this family, you will get it and will support it. Because why? Brenner's Consult is not just all about getting your money. We want you to succeed. Your success in the heart of the Brenner's Consult, and not just you coming and paying your money and taking your lectures and go. So also, when it comes to your project, now, that is one beautiful thing Brenner's Consult does. We'll call you for a meeting, we'll dialogue with you, ask you questions, where do you want to specialize? We'll ask you questions, what are your reasons? I remember when people are running away from finance, I had a meeting with Prof. He encouraged me. He told me, I know your strength, I know your weakness. Mr. Alex, go out, go to finance. That is where your capacity will be what? Enhanced. And I can tell you today that that is one of the best decisions that I've made, and that's courtesy of the support from Brenner's Consult. And that is one thing people don't understand. It is much more a tutorial. So it is just something that you have to key in without even a second thought. All right. So with that being said, when it is also time for you to select your project topics, the Brenner's Consult will also have a way of guiding you, directing you on the right topic to choose. Because sometimes some students out of over-ambition, you will choose a topic that will hang you, or that will give you a heavy bottleneck that you may not proceed with in future. But Brenner's Consult, I remember when I chose my topic, I sent to Mr. Jude, I selected 3 topics. He said, Mr. Alex, no.
Thank you so much, Alex. Sorry, I might have to cut you. We don't have all the time. Sorry.
All right,
Sorry.
just this last one. Yeah, just last one. Sorry, I know that I've taken much of your time. So I'm talking about the project. Brenner's Consult will help you, give you the right topic. When you select your topic, they will tell you when it's good, when it's not good, when you need to add and help you. So overall, in summary, this is a family house. It is not just a tutorial center. It's a capacity building center, and you have to be part of this family if you really want to excel in MBA. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Alex, for sharing that your insightful thoughts. Thank you so much. I'm sure the people in the house will have learned 1 or 2 things from what you've said. Uche, I would like you to bring you on board now. Can you take your part, the general orientation? There are things that I'm sure you have to share with the student. In fact, you're a student, so I believe you have so much to deliver. So you have the next 10 minutes to do that. Thank you so much, Uche.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Please, can you confirm you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Just pause, increase your volume a bit. Thank you.
Okay. All right, is it better now?
Yes, it is. Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Engineer Peter Peteru. I would like to share my screen so that I'm not just talking into thin air. So once you can see my screen, please let me know. Can you?
It's loading up. Yes, I can see now. Yes.
All right, thank you so much. And good morning, everyone. And I'm supposed to just do a general orientation, but I know that the school will be doing an orientation. So I'll just talk about a few things that probably the school might not be able to highlight. The school will tell you about the history of UNILAG and what have you, but we'll just talk a little bit about why we're here and all that also. I know how much time we have. I know I just have 10 minutes. I just want to ask a quick question. Maybe 1 or 2 people can probably just unmute themselves and say their name tell us why they've decided to undertake this MBA. Then I can take it from there. So I can see Motun, I can see Glory, I can see Anthony Chisom. So any of you, one or two people, just do it orderly, so you just unmute yourself and mention, why you're taking this MBA, and then your name, why you're taking this MBA, probably your career path. Quickly, I mean. Okay, do I have to call? Glory, can you hear me? Hello, Glory, can you hear me? Okay, Anthony, can you hear me? Motun, how about you? Can you hear me? Okay, I guess we're all shy. All right, so I'll just kind of go ahead, so since we're shy. Now, what's an MBA? As you can see here, I got this from Harvard Business School's website, an online website. An MBA is a graduate degree. It's just basically designed to equip us, to take on to do some work in business, right? So maybe if you if you thought that maybe you want to get a master's in engineering, you're actually not in the right place also, So an MBA is really for business, focused on business. Then Harvard Business School went on to ask what makes an MBA unique, and they listed a couple of things. If these are not your goals as well, maybe you need to sort of have a rethink as well. So the first one is about having critical and hard skills. Then as well as soft skills. Soft skills, we're talking about presentation, your communication and all that. Don't be like all those people that will go to school and then school won't have to go through them as well. So most of the people who are in your class are probably managers or aspiring managers or people who are managers looking to get to C-level, right? So you need to sort of hone your skills, communicating with them, interacting with them, get those hard skills. I'm sure that we're going to have to talk about the different streams, finance, you get the hard skills in finance, marketing, you get the hard skills there, but then the soft skills are also important. Now, in life now, the World Economic Forum talked about the most important skills of the future, and problem solving comes top, as one of those important skills of the future. So an MBA is supposed to equip you with problem-solving skills. I'm not here to eulogize Prof at this moment, but I really enjoyed the cost accounting course we did last semester. So, it's really equipped me with a lot of problem-solving skills. All right. If you're not also thinking about increasing your salary or any potential, maybe you're in the wrong program, right? It's also going to enhance your job prospects. Then, very importantly, you're going to build lifelong friendship, with a lot of people that you're going to meet in the MBA, right? You don't know who is who and all that. Then it's going to give you a global mindset. Now, what are the key facts about UNILAG MBA very quickly? Now, I'm not going to bother you about the history. I mean, the school authorities will have their own orientation. They're going to tell you about a lot of history, but I'm just going to give you a perspective, because I know that a lot of us might still be having that question or doubt in our mind that we're here in UNILAG, but there's Lagos Business School, right, in Lagos. And a lot of your friends might have been going for next fall, right? And what have you? So but why are you here in UNILAG MBA? I mean, it's a question I had to ask myself, right? I didn't introduce myself. I studied in Futo. I studied engineering Futo, and then I got a scholarship and I studied in the UK as well. I have a master's degree in engineering. So the question for me was, at some point, I needed to sort of improve my financial acumen, and I was like, what do I do? Do I have to try to work my way again to get a scholarship? But I'm not in that position where I can sit down now, write GRE with all the work commitment and all that, also, to be looking for scholarship. But then something happened. I was working with a subsidiary of ARM, and Deji Ali, the founder of ARM. He went to UNILAG and he was very sound, like very sound. He's one of the best bosses I've worked with. And then it dawned on me that it's not really about where you go to school, but it's about what you make out of the opportunities that you have, And then I was like, damn, I'm going to UNILAG. Do you understand? So you don't need to be bothered about, oh, someone has gone to LBS, someone has gone to Harvard, someone has gone to this, someone has gone to that. At the end of the day, it's about what you're able to make out of the opportunities that you have. Okay, so but what are the unique factors about UNILAG? It's situated in Lagos. Now, I went to Futo. I can tell you that there's a difference between schooling in Owerri and schooling in Lagos. Also, and a case in point is that I didn't have access to tutors like Prof while I was going to Futo. When I was in my master's degree also in the UK, I met a lot of people who went to UNILAG and all that. They had access to tutors. In the engineering degree, we didn't have all those kind of things. In Futo, we had to struggle by ourselves. So UNILAG is actually, the MBA is actually first in Nigeria. It's not something that we need to laud, because being the first in Nigeria means we really need to kind of pioneer a lot of things. But I mean, it's not where it is. But remember that you make it out, you make life. Or let me put it this way: how you make your bed is how you make your bed is how you lie. Also, so it's very flexible. We'll have the full time. Engineer Peter mentioned is in full time. There's a part time, which I decided to purposely use semesters, because sometimes also the way someone is interrupting the call. Can you please mute yourself? Okay, so I'll just continue. So there's the full time, then there's a part time, and then there's the executive MBA. That's a weekend program for the big boys, right? And then again, it is rich and loaded because we have specializations in accounting, in human resource management, in finance, in marketing, in operations research, also known as production, and then in general management. So whatever one, you sort of want to do, I mean, there's a room for everyone, right? You could say, oh, there's nothing in innovation. That's the kind of thing that interests me, but you can always get that in marketing as well. Okay. All right. So now, what's the value proposition of UNILAG MBA? Now, I was telling you a story about, why I chose UNILAG MBA. Now, I'll also tell you this story about someone I look up to. His name is Solomon. He's my relative. So he went ahead of me. He had done his master's degree in the UK, and he was working in Nigeria and probably lost his job when the oil industry went bad. Now, he took up a degree in UNILAG. He went for the MPhil in chemical engineering. I mean, he's an engineer. And with that program, he moved to the US. He has migrated completely to the US. Now, with this fact and the former boss I told you about, also, it shows me that, you don't really need all these big, degrees and all that. Also, I mean, just for emphasis, I went to Imperial College, and Imperial College is one of the best universities in the world. Also, but at the end of the day, it's what you make out of it. It's not really about whether you're going to London Business School or you're going to. I mean, it's good to go to all those places, but you're here right now, right? Make the most out of the opportunity. So now, what's the value proposition of UNILAG MBA? Now, I've seen that the value proposition, I'm speaking as a student now, I'm in second year, is it has a strong foundation in business theory. Now, you might not get all those practical elements also, because if you went to London Business School, you might get people who are, CFOs coming in to talk and all that also, but here, you're going to get well grounded in the foundations. I remember the Bible says that if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? So if you're just out there doing things without having a strong foundation, then you really have nothing, right? But you're going to get a solid foundation, so embrace it, especially it's going to be useful for people who are making career changes, people like us also who were once engineers also, but those of us who are probably like maybe you've studied accounting or you studied finance before, so it will deepen that foundation that you have, right? Okay, Peter, I can see your notification. I'll just run through quickly. Notable alumni, we have Saolu's wife, but I'll just end with this. There's this Chinese book I read also, Confucius is the guy who said, he says it's not truth that makes a man great, but it's man that makes the truth great. So you're the notable alumni that we're looking forward to. So it's not UNILAG that's going to make you great, but you're the one that is going to make UNILAG MBA great. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you've been able to get one or two things. Yes. Enjoy the rest of the orientation.
Thank you so much, Alex. Uche, sorry, I'm mixing your name up. Thank you so much, Uche. I didn't even know you're an engineer like me. In fact, when you mentioned you had the second degree, I was like, so we are even many in MBA school that had second degree before coming to MBA. Thank you so much. Your thought was very insightful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I would like to bring in Bukola now. I know our time is fast spent. We don't have all the time because after this orientation program, we will still have tutorial with you guys, just brief introduction to all the courses. You're going to be taking tutorial like accounting, finance, marketing, management, and all of that. So after this orientation program, we'll have that proper with you guys. But this is just to, to ensure that you are acquainted with the MBA school and its activity. And that is why we have put all of this together for you all. Bukola, I think I've mentioned Bukola before, but he's one of the graduating students. They'll be convocating this coming January. I'm inviting her, to come and rejoice with them. And Bukola, she finished it, 4.67. That's distinction. That's very rare, in MBA school. Bukola, can we have you on board? Bukola will be sharing with us strategic tips for MBA students, and I'm expecting her to also share, some of the things she did right while she was in school and what helped her to get, that kind of grade, so that you guys too can, can enter into a cheat code and also, finish with distinction at the end of the day. So Bukola, over to you. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Can anyone hear me, please?
Yes, confirm. I can hear you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Bukola Ajayi. I'm a project coordinator in one of the telecommunications offices in Nigeria, right? So let me just run. I just want to share my own story. I'm not really going to go into other details. So, well, my undergraduate, I did biochemistry. So you can understand there's no really any correlation between biochemistry and business administration. But when I joined Brainers Consult, I had orientation like you guys. My first orientation, that's when I heard Prof, he was saying things like, oh, it's possible to achieve some things, it's possible to achieve 4 points, it's possible to achieve 3 points. And I was like, is this really true? And also there's a Madam Amaka, I think then she also mentioned, oh, she finished with a 4 point something. So I was like, is this really going to be possible the way these guys are saying it? So I joined, I was really convinced in the orientation. So I joined, and I can say it has really been wonderful, right? So one thing that helped me the most, I'll even credit this a lot to Prof's dedication towards everyone in our sets. Alex is also in my set, so he also understands what I'm saying. Prof goes so I call him Prof. He's not Prof Jude, but I'm always calling him Prof. Prof goes all the way out for you, all the way out. Sometimes I wonder, is this really about the money? But on the long run, I realize it's not really about the money that you're paying for tutorial for Prof. It's more of a passion thing. He's so passionate about it, right? So he goes all the way out for you. He looks out for you. You can call him anytime. You can have conversation with him anytime. You can chat him up anytime. If he doesn't respond, just give him an hour, then he's going to respond to you. I remember certain times during exams, like exam days, I'm kind of worried. I'll just chat Prof maybe a few minutes to the exam, that Prof, what do you think about this? This is what I've read about, but I don't know if that's the correct answer or something. He'll tell me, he's going to respond to you ASAP. He'll chat you up, okay, if this comes out, I think you can answer it like this. I think you can do it like this. Just go in there, you're fine, you're good. And you just have this confidence that, okay, if Prof has said this, I think I'm fine. So then, I just entered the exam hall. And one of the tips is always telling me again is because when I got admission for this UNILAG program, I was really thinking it's something I'll be able to scale through, it's easy, but during the orientation, Prof actually mentioned to me that this program can be quite hard, right? But when you are prepared, right, you can get it right. So I asked him, he might not remember again, there was one exam, I think our economics exam, first semester, like you guys. I asked him, Prof, I don't really have so much notes from school, I have little notes, school notes, but I know I have my tutorial notes. What do you think I can do? Prof said, read everything in your tutorial notes. Go in there, read everything in your tutorial notes. Write out everything I've given to you. Write out. I said, what if it's something that, is not part of the question? Prof said, just go in there, write everything that is in your head, everything that even though it's not part of the question. Let them know that you know this thing. Let them know that you've read this thing. Go in there, write it out. And luckily for me, I think when the exam came, I had 83A or 83 83A or 84, I can't remember. So I think one thing that's helped me in this MBA thing so far is whenever I go to my exams, I go way beyond. I write and write and write. I think that's what this MBA thing is about. I think that's what the lecturers like. It might be different in other schools, right? But I think for MBA, let the lecturer or the lecturers or the prof or anybody, let them know that you know where you're coming from. Like you're coming in for business. Like you're not just coming like a regular student. Let them know that, oh, I'm ready for you guys. So and one thing about Brainers Consult is, oh God, they will provide you with materials. You will be tired of the materials. The materials are going to be so many. He's going to always be bombarding you with materials like, oh, this is it. You guys should print this out. And he's always going to be reminding you, have you guys read the material? Have you guys, done this? I think you should do this with assignments. Sometimes you might feel overwhelmed, like, oh, why am I going through so much? But I will advise everyone that is on this call, every material that prof gives you, every material that you get from Brainers Consult, that is your exam. Like, that is the tip to your exam. You don't argue it. Don't say, oh, this might not come out or this might come out, especially if it's few days to the exam, like we call it, is the exam week or something. Any material that you get from prof, trust me, that is your exam. Sometimes I don't even bother myself with whatever that is going on in school. I don't really give myself a headache because, we are a lot, and sometimes the lecturers, they try to catch up with technology and all of that. So for me, sometimes class is boring for me. But one thing I don't miss, number one, I don't miss tutorials. My Saturdays and Sundays, I just book it down for my tutorials. And the materials, oh, I love it when it gives us materials, because I know that those materials are just the exam question. And during close to exam period, it might be a little overwhelming, because that's when normally maybe your tutorial classes are Saturdays and Sundays. But trust me, once it's exam period, you have tutorials Mondays to Sundays. You'll be like, why is this man stressing us this much? You have tutorials every day, evenings, every day. Sometimes you can have tutorials till 12 a.m. Sometimes you can have tutorials till 11 a.m., 11 p.m. in the night, and everybody is feeling sleepy, and then prof is going on and on and on, and he will tell you this is your exam. And I kid you not, once you get to that exam center, once you get your question, I sometimes call him like, Prof, are you a prophet? How do you see these things? But I realized he has been long in this system. He understands how the lecturers, he understands every lecturer that is taking us. He understands what they might set or what they might not set. Sometimes he'll tell you, if you're trying to read about something, he'll tell you, don't bother, don't disturb yourself, it will not come out. Or he might tell you, no, this lecturer is not like that. He will not stress himself. Or he might even tell you, sometimes he tells you, there's some textbooks that you should not buy. It will tell you textbooks that you need and the textbooks that you should not buy, so as to also save you money. But one thing I rely on the most is these materials. And for me, I'm not really strong reading materials online. I get sleepy and tired. So for every material that prof has given us, Brainers Consult has given us, I print it out. And then that's what helped me, actually. I print everything out. Though it might cost a lot of money printing out, but I print them out, and it helps me to read. It helps me to track what I have left and because most of the materials will send it to you maybe via WhatsApp. So for me, it's hard for me to read on the system. I get tired and get sleepy. So I print everything out. And also it's past question. Oh God. That's the first thing I pay for sometimes. I'm so inclined toward a past question, because I know that once I have access to the past questions, I'm sorted. Though when you get a past question at first, you might be like, are you sure I'll be able to understand these things? Because when you look at the questions, they look complicated, they look difficult, they might look scary. But probably tell you, there's a word that you tell you, you say, calm down, you will get it, calm down. It just has this way of making you, feel relaxed, feel less tension, feel less pressured. And it's just a good vibe. I've also met families, and when you're in Brainers Consult as well, don't make it look about yourself. Try to make friends. Try to just make friends. Don't make it look like, oh, I'm just in this MBA just for myself. I've met a lot of people turn family. For example, Alex is like my brother right now. We talk almost every day. Apart from MBA, we talk about work, we talk about a lot of things, and I've met a lot of people like that we've been able to form this friendship, this bond, especially during exams. We all come together, we ask questions from each other, we try to help each other. And I think lastly, I would say just pray as well. As you're reading, pray along, because you might be feeling, oh, you've done your part, but at the end of the day, it's God that actually grants success in all our efforts. So just pray, and then old Prof tight, like old Brainers Consult tight. I don't know him before this whole I don't know Prof before this whole MBA thing, but I met him, and he has been so. I compare him with other tutorials. I know many of my colleagues that had to move from other tutorials back to Brainers because they saw the difference. The difference was so clear. It's different from someone that wants to like just teach you for the money and someone that really has passion for your success. I think that makes Brainers Consults have this clarity between other tutorials. So I think that's what helped me a lot. Read and read. If you really want to have, you might not really be aiming for distinction, but at least do well. Just be proud of yourself that, oh, okay, I finished my master's and I really did well. So please just read and pay attention to what Prof is teaching you and get your recordings in case you miss class. That's one thing Prof knows me about. It's not really comfortable, it's not really convenient, but always get your recordings from Prof. Don't miss those recordings, because the recordings that you might miss, that is where the tip, like where your exam might come from, because you might just mention it casually, but because you're not in class due to one or two things, you might have missed out on it. Always get your recordings. It might not send this to you immediately, you're disturbing. Prof will respond and you'll send your recordings to you. So listen to your recordings, take your time. And I think that's what helped me anyways. So I think that's all I have to say. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Bukola. I was trying to interrupt you, but I allowed you flow so that, I feel people are enjoying all that you have shared with them. Thank you so much for that amazing insight. Thank you so much. For those that are just joining the call, well, my name is Peteru once again. I'm also one of the students. So let me quickly add to what all the speakers have said. I don't know why some of you are doing this MBA program, but for somebody like me, this is the second master's I'll be doing. I already have first degree in engineering, second degree in engineering. So for me, MBA is not another degree that I'm looking for grade, honestly, because MBA, even though there is doctorate in MBA, but I don't know, some of us are just here for the knowledge. And some of the courses are not well taught by some of the lecturers in class. I'm sorry to say that. So tutorial is one of those things that will help you gain more insight, more knowledge into what you have been taught in class. And that is why some of us decided to enroll for tutorial. And I will tell you, it is not a mistake. In fact, I have regrets. The only regret I have is that I didn't join Brainers in my first semester because I was just doing things on my own. Somebody with an engineering background, I don't know what accounting is. It's not part of what I've been taught, all the days of my life. So MBA it's a general, it's a professional master's for everybody. If you're a doctor, if you're an engineer, if you're a lawyer, we have lawyers, we have everybody, we have agriculturists, we have so many people, real estate managers. MBA is for everybody. No matter the field you have, it's for everybody. And MBA is strictly for business and for people who wants to, climb the managerial career. They want to become the CEO, the CTO, and the what have you. So MBA is for everybody practically. So for somebody like me, well, let me say, well, for business purposes, it's one of the reasons why I'm doing MBA. And then for my career, because I want to get to the top most of my career. If you don't have MBA degree, you might have limitation in some companies. For you to get to the CEO stage, you must have an MBA because it takes, a CEO to have an oversight. You must have a general knowledge about the business. There's nothing you can do about that. So you must know what the finance guys are doing. You must know what the accountant are doing. You must have that general knowledge, as regard the business you are running or whichever business you are presiding on. So for me, MBA, it's much more than great for me. So I'm here for the knowledge. And I'm telling you that since I've joined Brainers in second semester, many of those things that seems very unclear, many of those things that look, strange because many of them I'm not familiar with them, honestly. Like I said, accounting, I've not done it before. Finance is something, even though I have little financial knowledge, but some of those things we really dive in class. There were things that they were completely outside of my specialization. So one thing about tutorial center is that, especially brainers, is that they will make all of these things explicit. They will break it down for you. They will make it very simple, such that because they had the one into all of these things. For example, Spirit Man, I was expecting him to be in this call. He was not on this call. He's not on this call. We did IRP second semester, and if you see the way Spirit Man taught that subject, it took it to another level. And I was like, wow, it makes it so interesting that, in fact, in fact, I was feeling that we shouldn't come to the end of that, that topic, of that course, because it's so broad. There were many things I didn't know about the organization before, in terms of recruitment, selections, many of those HR policies and the rest of them. And that is why you should enroll in tutorial like this, to give you that hedge, so that it's not just, so much for the grade or the certificate. Some things. There's some things that if you come to brainers, they will explain them, to the lowest level. And for many people who have challenges with mathematics, I know many people don't like maths. I'm telling you, brainers will do justice to that. They will break it down to the simplest level. And I will tell you that, going forward, some of those things that look, they are difficult, or this thing is tough, I don't think I can, I'm telling you, brainers will do justice to that. So that's my addition. So I will welcome other, contribution from other speakers that have spoken earlier. If you have any other thing you want to share with the audience, I would like you to, you can just unmute and tell us. Thank you. Do you have any speaker you want to add anything to what we've discussed so far before we go proper into the Q&A section?
Okay, hi, Peter. Let me just, the other time I just spoke to UNILAG, was just talking about a general orientation. So I'll just sort of add maybe in a few minutes to what Peter and Buki have just said. So the first time when I started, I tried to find out the different reasons why we've enrolled in this MBA, but I believe that many of us are still shy. Regardless of what reason you've enrolled in this MBA, in my class, in my stream, I know some people who are businessmen, who have very big businesses who are here. I know people who probably have been told to probably get a degree, that their promotion might be premised on getting a degree, maybe because they're working in a commercial institution or organization, then an MBA was suitable. So regardless of the reason, maybe you're like Peter or myself, you're here to probably boost your knowledge. Personally, I see myself, I'm not mediocre. I want to probably get into C-level and all that. So I'm here to improve my knowledge so that I can engage in all those board level discussions. I mean, they said that if all you have in your toolbox is a hammer, then you tend to treat everything as a nail. So most times engineers, all you have in your toolbox are just design equations and all that. But that's not going to move the needle, when we're talking about business. So it was important for me to improve my knowledge. I think I shared a bit of my experience on the WhatsApp group. Now, coming to this stuff, now you can see now that for me, I'm not really so particular. It's not to say that I'm failing. I'm not failing. I have a very good grade also, But for me, it wasn't really particular what grade I'm going to get here, So which means that most times during the tutorials, this is the advantage I want to share with you guys now, if you can listen to me. During the tutorials, as prof is teaching, I hear some things and I think, okay, he can bear me witness. I think Prof is, I'll ask him, Prof, I'm not asking this for exam, I'm asking this for my own personal consumption. What do you really think about this and this and this? And one thing I can tell you about Prof is that Prof is very patient. So sometimes, my maths is very good. So, and then I have, there's one of my colleagues, I won't mention her name, so she's an art student. She struggles with everything. Most times after the tutorial, she'll even be like, Uchi, can you help me with this? And just basic math she's struggling with. So sometimes I'm annoyed, I'll just sort of just manage. Even one of my colleagues yesterday, she complains as well. She said, Prof is always taking his time to explain all these things, And those of us who probably have an engineering background also, we already understand that if you want to increase something by 20%, you just multiply by 1.2. So, but prof will go down, knowing that not everybody has that background and it can be annoying, right? So when people are busy talking about formulas and all that, I'm like, prof, what's the implication? What's the practical implication of this? So on one occasion in finance, corporate finance, I'd asked him a practical implication of operating leverage, and he explained it. It was that day that I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm in the right place. I'm in the right place. I'm going to hold on to this man and all that also, And I mean, if I could share my WhatsApp message, I was having an interview with a multinational, like in the first stage. So, and it had to do with a decision making role and all that, So I was forced to read, Goody Best's not here. She's a set ahead of us. I had to ask her to give me some knowledge about something. So I started reading. And then I came across some terms, I wasn't so clear. Now, my tutorial money has finished, though the semester has ended and all that. I reached out to Prof and said, hi, Prof, what do you think? And I reached out to him around 6 a.m. that day. By 7 a.m., he had responded. So I would advise us, to take advantage. Do you understand? So, like Buki said, some other people are just probably interested in your money, so they're just interested in what they'll get. But you have someone here who is committed to teaching. Do you understand? So there's a difference between, like Jesus would say in the Bible, a hireling, and a shepherd. A hireling, when a lion comes, he runs away because he just there is a mercenary, and someone who is committed to your learning and your development. So I would ask you, take advantage of it because it doesn't just end here. He's a chartered accountant. He's running a PhD in finance also, So which means that maybe what we're just learning this MBA is a figment of what we're going to do. Again, Buki talked about how the lecturers can, not, I mean, you have lecturers who are so busy, then they come for an evening program. They're not able to do justice to everything. So literally all I've learned in the MBA, I can tell you I learned from the tutorials also, because take economics, for instance. I had an A in my economics in first semester, but I can't really remember being in any of the classes, because the lecturer just comes there, he tells stories. One comes there, he's angry. I think the accounting lecturer is always angry, one of them, not all really, so all that I learned from Prof. So take advantage, okay? Don't look at, oh, they're asking me to pay this for tutorials, I just pay my fees. That's why it's adult education. That's why you need to kind of think about your deficiency and say, okay, I need a tutor. And don't think that the money is big. Personally, I've had experience of trying to get into consulting firms, McKinsey and Company, and the likes. Now, if you want to get into McKinsey, I'd written the exam, passed the first exam, I now got to the case level also. Now, if you go to Prep Launch, I'm not kidding you. I'll type the link here for you to see. If you go to Prep Launch to go and get a consultant to practice the cases with you, getting to McKinsey is harder than getting to Shell. If you're an engineer, you understand what I'm talking about. Shell is not easy, but getting to McKinsey is very hard. If you go and type Prep Launch and check how much the consultants charge, some of them charge $150 per hour. I'm not kidding you. So you're in a money spilling this thing. This MBA is what you make of it. If you want to get into investment banking, you want to get into hedge funds, any of consulting, why not just sit down and work on it? But you need a guard. You need somebody to hold your hands. You need someone to direct you. You need someone to help you. You need someone that has that practical knowledge that you can say, okay, why do you think we're doing this? Beyond just passing an exam, is at the end of the day what you're able to do for yourself with it. So that when someone is looking to go to UNILAG and searches on LinkedIn and says, oh, wow, I can see Motun, Jesus Christ. Motun is this thing, product manager of Money Point or so. Oh, she even went to UNILAG. Come on, I'm going to UNILAG. Why do I need to waste my money going to LBS and all that? Also, So for me, that's success for me, really. So I would like to advise every one of us, hold on to Prof. If you're yet to put down your number, you're not on that group, I'll advise you to put down your number in the chat, this thing, and get on that group and, start flying. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Uche. Thank you so much. I know you're an engineer. Engineers like to talk. Thank you so much. So we want to go straight into the Q&A section. Please, if you have a question, please just show with your wave of hand. You can use the raise hand feature on the Zoom, so you can be called upon to ask a question. And if you feel you don't want to ask, you can also drop your question in the chat box. I will pick it up and ask the speakers. So I'll be waiting while individual indicates, a wave of hand. But then I want to also add to this, please, for those of you that are just joining the MBA school, I want to say that your assignment is also very important. They are very, very important. Your assignment is your CA score. You need to know that, and it's 30 marks. It's 30 marks, so you have to take your assignment very seriously. In a course, for a course, you can have about 4 or 5 lecturers, taking you that course. Out of all the 5 lecturers, one of them is superior to the other, and that is the course coordinator. So whatever the course coordinator says is the final, but then many of you might not be able to identify what the course coordinator is, and sometimes too, the course coordinator might not have the final say. It could be that, whatever the stream has agreed upon will be the final say. So all of them that will be taking, all of them might give you assignments. Please treat every assignment as very important. Don't say, oh, this lecturer is is the doctor. This one is prof. I'll take prof assignments more serious than the doctor. Don't be surprised if it is the doctor assignment that will be used at the end of the day. So treat every assignment very seriously. All of them count. You don't know which one they will eventually use at the end of the day. So I just needed to communicate that to you. So thank you all for listening. Thank you all for joining this course. So the Q&A section, I have Buzo. Buzo, can you please ask a question? Is it the same Buzo? Oh, good evening. Is it the same Buzo that I know that do all this prospective admission? Is it the same Buzo?
Yeah, same Buzo. Morning.
Wow,
Good
morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you. Good to have you on this call. You're a big man. I know you're a big man. I was one of those that was in your group then before I come to the MBA school.
Wow.
Yes, I remember you sold past questions for me. Yes, I can remember. So, and I still have your contact on my phone. So that name was, I saw Buza, I know that is it the same guy? Wow, it's good to have you on. But are you part of the MBA now? The new
Yes, actually enrolled for this year. And I got admission for part-time. So I'll be doing part-time program for MBA. Yes.
Wow. Good to have you on board. Sincerely, I would like to. I still have your number. I'll reach out to you personally. Thank you so much for joining this call.
Okay.
All right. You can ask a
question. Basically, just to just like you said, I also did my first degree engineering, did my master's engineering. So all my life has been engineering. I'm currently also working in an engineering firm as well. So basically, when I got this admission, I was like, I've not done anything finance, I've not done anything accounting in my life. So how am I going to? Because of course, I know that MBA has some element of finance, accounting, and marketing. So I've been asking myself, how am I going? Yes, I know that I'm not so very good in mathematics, but being an engineering student, of course, I know mathematics is kind of my strength. So, but other aspects, which is finance and other things, I've been asking myself, how am I going to necessarily cope, being the fact that I don't have background in finance or marketing. But you guys have really spoken so well. You guys are really, made me to understand that if I have the right, if I belong to the right group, right connections, all these fears will no longer be, it's not something I'm going to be bothered about. So it's just for me to, thank you guys for, of course, guiding us, making our time to guide us, to make us understand that we are not alone in this journey. That you guys are going to guide us. You're going to ensure that we don't falter or we don't fail. So just me appreciating you guys. It's not necessarily about the money. That's why I say it. It's not necessarily about the money. It's just about helping and giving us the right information, which is what I've done since I started UNILAG postgraduate stuff that I do. I've been doing this since 2018, and I tell people it's not necessarily about getting your money. Forget about the past question I saw to you, but the level of information you get from me, is far more than the amount you paid for the past question. So, and you guys are doing the same thing for MBA students. For me to appreciate you guys and say that you guys are doing a very good job. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Buzo. Thank you so much for that contribution. Thank you so much. I'm sure you two are doing very well. And like I said, I'm an engineer like you. I have my first degree in engineering, second degree in engineering, and this is MBA that I'm doing. So I can say to you that with Brenans, in fact you are covered. Let me just put that we are covered. And to be honest, it will have a 4.0 as I speak as my CGPA, and I'm an engineer. So all of those subjects, like I said, they were not things I was familiar with either too. But with so much study and with the help of Prof, I was able to, make something out of it. So I'm sure you also do extremely well. In fact, we want somebody like you and an engineer to finish with distinction. Thank you so much. So Adetomiwa, I see your hand raised. Can you go? Can you shoot? You can ask your question.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Kwecheru. To begin with, I would say I really appreciate all your efforts. I think we spoke on a couple of weeks ago when
Yes,
you were
yes,
trying
yes,
to
yes,
get them.
yes, yes, yes.
And
I know you very well.
I really appreciate all you've done. And
Thank
your
you.
link, the Google Drive you shared, I really appreciate that.
Thank you
My
so
question is
much.
simple. I was reading through the wrap-up stage of the program, which is going to be where you are going to specialize or, let me say, pick some specialty like management, finance. I just want somebody to just explain in that, to explain more. How do you specialize? Is it that the management part of the business is where you are going to write your project, or that area is where you're going to be certified on? I just need some explanation in that regard. Management and finance and HR. There's somebody who is a graduate to just explain how it's been carried out. Thank you.
Okay, so Tomiwa, let me quickly answer that your question. So you are not going to specialize now. This is your first year. So if you are full-time, you'll be specializing in your third semester. That's like equivalent to your second year in school. So it is in your specialization year that you are going to now specialize. We have 6 specializations basically in UNILAG. We have production management, we have finance, we have accounting, we have marketing, we have general management, and then we have HR. So those are the 6 specializations that are available. So currently for the full time that we are in our third semester, which is equivalent to our final year, like you say, recently we organized, a special talk. We brought in different alumni, people that are, that are ahead of us, people that they finished long ago, those that were class rep like I am. We brought them to have, this discussion with them. And for every specialization, all of them, they share their thoughts. Prof too was part of the conversation. I remember I invited him. So he also gave us an overview of all the specialization then. And we have all of this recorded. We've put them on YouTube. We've archived them so that future, MBA students can make references to them. And when they get to that stage, they can make a better decision as to which specialization to go in. So for your certificate, yes, it's going to be written there that you specialize in HR. If it is HR that you eventually made the choice of, if it is finance, they are going to write it there at the end of the day. So it's going to be part of it. But then that conversation is something you should have much more later, not now, so that we don't burden you with too much information. But I hope that is sufficient for now. I don't know if other speakers have anything to say regarding that question. Do you have, okay, Chioma's iPhone. Other speaker, do you have anything you want to contribute before I call Chioma?
Yeah, I don't have anything to contribute, but look on the chat box. I think that there are some questions there.
I will take them. Chioma,
Okay.
can you shoot? You have a question. I saw your hand raised. Can you shoot?
Okay, good morning. Thank you for this opportunity. So I just wanted to ask Bukola, at what point, because I'm also like in her kind of field, so I don't have any, I'm science oriented, so I don't have any background in finance and all of that. So I just wanted to hear from her more on how she handled the first, was it the second semester that she started picking up, or just a brief like further motivation on how she handled those, especially in the first stage. So did her CGPA pick up, or it was just like constant from the very starts and all of that? So that's what I wanted to confirm.
Okay, Choma, thanks for the question. Right. I had no business admin, anything, no finance, no accounting background. So what I did when I first joined Brainers Consult was I spoke with Prof and I explained my situation to him. He was even laughing about it because obviously many people like me have gone through that stage. So one thing about like I said, I won't lie to you. What I realized is if you really depend only on school, like the lecturers and everything, I'm not, I'm just trying to be as sincere as possible. Trust me, you would, you'll be messed up. Like even mentally messed up because the system is not as perfect, right, as probably what you expect it to be. So for me, I was not really too bothered when I spoke with him anymore because, for example, our accounting finance, I've never done anything accounting, I've never done anything finance, but Prof will make it such a way that it's going to explain to you. Like someone mentioned that, oh, Prof is so patient when he's answering questions. You might even get tired of the way he's going to answer the questions because he's going to go over and over and over and over. Like sometimes you'll be like, why is this man repeating the same thing? He has his own reason why he's explaining it like that, because when you get to the exam hall, that's when you understand like, oh, the exam might change, the dynamics might change. For example, our finance, so normally before my set, it has always been, I think it has always been theory, so the lecturer has always been setting theoretical question. During our exam day, I think 10 minutes to our exam, Prof just chatted all of us up on WhatsApp that, oh, this year is not going to be theory again, it's going to be objective. And everyone started fidgeting, just drop it for us that, oh, you think he has mentioned this kind of thing to us before that, you know, it might be objective. And then he just boosted all our morals that, oh, okay, it's probably something we are expecting before. I won't lie to you, that finance, lots of people failed. A lot of people failed, you know. From there, people started even dreading finance, but because he has already prepped our mind, you know, because he has prepped our mind, you know, from the constant repetition of explanations and explanations and explanations. So we're not really, you know, too bothered. And about my CGPA, I think from year one, I won't lie to you, it might be hard for you when you get to year two if your CGPA was not strong enough. From year one, I've always maintained a CGPA of, I think, 4.5. So my year one second semester was a little bit scary because we had to borrow courses from law, from HR, and then it was a little bit hard for me. So I had, like, I think 4.4. So but for year two, oh God, year two was fantastic. So year two, my first semester, I had like 4.8. Yeah, final finance 2, I explained to him that, Prof, do you think I can do finance? He said, of course you can. I said, are you sure? He said, I've studied you, I think you can do it, because I had no, you know, background in finance, and I understand what happened during our first year where people dreaded finance a lot. So he said, you can do it. And there's one prof, I don't want to mention his name, but when you guys enter, you understand what I'm saying. You know, I was really scared. In fact, I almost dropped out of finance and moved to other courses. But because he has given me that assurance, you know, I did so well. In my final year, this last semester, I only had 1 B's out of 6 courses. So imagine for someone coming from biochemistry to finance and doing so well. So it's something you can do. Like I said, you have to do your own part. Prof will only try his own part, but you have to do your own part, reading and reading and reading. And like I also said, it's not really about the distinction or about the CGPA. It's just your mindset. If you have a good mindset that this is what I want to have, you know, you just want to have a knowledge, general knowledge, you can achieve it. So one thing I will say is everything comes from your mindset. If you say you can do it, trust me, you can do it. No matter where the background that you're coming from, you can do it. You can achieve it. It's not something that is impossible. It is very, very, very possible. So I hope that, you know, has answered your question.
All right, thank you so much, Bukola, for that contribution. So there's a question in the chat box. Please, if you have a question, you can still raise your hand. We'll take your question. So Motu is asking, she said, please, I would like to know the days for the tutorial. Also, please, is class attendance very compulsory? I mean the normal classes now, not tutorial. I'm asking because I'm working and I'm a full-time student. I don't know whether I should. Okay, let me answer your question because I'm a full-time student, like I said. So your first question, you said days for tutorial. Well, Prof does tutorial every Saturdays and Sunday. I think there's a timetable for that. So, but then one thing I like about him is that he have the classes recorded. So if you can't join the live class, he will share the recordings to those that are on the group. So you can always, you know, visit the recordings and catch up with classes. Yes, it does that every time. So it's always basically Saturdays and Sunday. But during the exam period, usually take tutorial during the week. So, you know, because it's not exam time, people need to, you know, to do revision. So it does tutorial during the week. That's during examination period. But before that time, it's only Saturdays and Sundays. Then you have the, the classes recorded. So your second question said, is class attendance very compulsory? Well, I'm a class rep. I will tell you, well, it's not all the lecturers that use attendance, even though many of them they will try and shakara you with attendance. If you don't come to class, you are doing this, they will tell you that. So I have first-hand experience with them because I'm a class rep, so I know. I will tell you that it's not even all of them that uses it. Some use, I will not tell you some don't. In fact, some can award you marks based on your attendance. We've had somebody like is it Fagboro now, second semester, he taught us ACC accounting. He gave us 10 marks for class. I think per class is 3 marks or so. So the more the class you attend, the more your marks at the end of it. I think he had 3 contacts with us eventually. So he just gave us 3 marks for each class. And if you're able to come for everything, it makes it 10 marks. So, but then it's not all of them that uses attendance, to be honest. But then the idea is that they just want you to be available because it doesn't really make sense for a lecturer to be having a class with 2 guys and nobody's in class. It's going to really, really throw them off balance. They don't like it. So they use that attendance things, to always ensure that you guys come to class. Yes, but then there are also cases where, if your grade is not so nice and they are trying to help students, they can visit the attendance team to see people that really deserve that help. So that is where attendance can come in for you. Yes, I'm telling you this firsthand. So I'm not saying you shouldn't take attendance very seriously. I'm just telling you the advantage and the benefits you can get, because you attend classes. So another question said, I'm working. It said, I'm working. Okay, it said you are working and you're a full-time student. Well, I work too. I do a full-time job as well, but I was able to manage, both class and school. Though I don't do regular Monday to Friday work. Yes, so that's an advantage for me. But then I hardly miss class, to be honest. I hardly miss in a semester. If I want to miss class at all, maybe a maximum 5 times in the whole of that semester. And the semester is about 3-4 months. So I'm very consistent when it comes to class. I don't joke with classes. I always try to make myself available. So, but then UNILAG said in the admission letter that if you're a full-time student, you are not supposed to be working. They stated that there. So the lecturer also believed that all of you should be available, for every classes because they believe that full-time students are not engaged in full-time employment. But then all of us know that this thing is not true. It cannot be so because where do we get money to pay our bill? But you can just rough it. You can make it, don't disclose it to people. I don't know. I've never had a case where that is used against anybody, to take them out of the system, even though it's in the contract, the admission letter. But then all of us just do it codedly and find our way. So in case you are afraid, you are scared, I'm sure the little I've said should comfort you. And I don't know if other speakers have any other thing to add to what I've said, or if they have a contrary opinion to that. So the speakers in the house, I don't know if you have anything you want to add to what I've said.
I think if you're a full-time student, it might not really be easy. That's why I mentioned that try and make friends. Even in your tutorial clique, try and make friends that can, when you're not around, they can help, they can come through for you if there's something that is urgent in school or something. Don't just be a loner. Don't just be like, oh, I just want to do my own thing. I just want to come to school and then, just leave. Try and make good friends that you've realized on the long run that, oh, this person might actually help me along this journey. Because trust me, you cannot really do it alone. Apart from the fact that you're attending tutorials, I don't think it's something that you can do alone. So just try and make friends that can, probably even if it's attendance or something, they can help you with it. Because for me, I do part-time, so I'm not full-time. So that's why I said just try and get people's numbers, your friends' numbers that you can chat up or something. Don't do it alone. I understand. I know what I'm saying. Don't do it alone. Just try and meet up with your colleagues. I think it will also help in the long run. That's all I have to add.
Thank you, Bukola, for that addition. So Dotsun Olayinka is also asking, said, please, I would like to know if assignment submission is compulsory and what is the frequency of the assignment per semester. I felt I've spoken about assignment before. I said assignment is not something you joke with. It's part of your CA score. In fact, they use assignments majorly for your CA. That's what UNILAG does. Only few courses we conduct tests for you for CA. Most of them use your assignment as your CA. Like I said, treat every assignment very seriously. Treat it as if this is what they are using. So don't joke with them. Ensure you submit at the right time. Ensure if you can't do it, there are people, at the MBA school, there are photocopy guys that help people run the assignment package. I'm not teaching you bad things, sorry, but I'm just, I know sometimes your schedule could be busy and you don't have all the time to do all of these things yourself. And sometimes you could have friends, like Bukola have said, you should associate with people that can just, help you, or they can assist to do your assignment for you and submit on your behalf. All of that is also allowed. So, but then don't work in isolation, like Bukola have said. It's very important to have friends in the class. You should always have somebody that have your back at every point in time, so that if there's anything, that will not make you to be present in where information is shared, the person can cover for you. It's very, very important. Please don't work alone. UNILAG MBA is for connect. There are CEOs in your class. Many of you will not believe it. Some of them might not, they might not look very big if you see them outside. Like Uche was saying, Uche has studied abroad. I didn't even know that about him. So there are many people like that in MBA school that you will never know, what they are actually up to, or who they are actually. Just because you attend classes together should not make you look down on anybody. MBA, it's a place for connection where you can meet the big boys in the country in your MBA class, and they might not look at it. So please ensure you make as many friends as possible. You associate with people as possible. Ensure don't look down on anybody. That's just my advice. Be humble. You don't know who is who. Don't take anybody, lightly. Take them very seriously. You don't know who will come through for you. And for those that are looking for a job, there are so many HRs that you find in your class. They might be the one that recommend you to a company eventually. So depending on your relationship with people, I will just advise you that you take all of that very seriously. So I don't know whether we still have any more question in the chat box. Do we still have anybody who wants to ask any question? Okay, so while we try to round up the meeting, I can't find any question for now, apart from those ones we've treated. So I want to ask the speaker some specific question. Bukola, let me start from you. What are your biggest challenge in MBA program and how do you overcome them?
Okay, Mr. Peter, are they to me who I want to ask question? Someone hand is up.
No, he has answered. He has asked his question before now, and I've taken him. I think he forgot to lower his hand.
Yeah, sorry, I've asked. I just forgot to just remove the end.
Yeah, I understand. So, Bukola, what are your biggest challenge in MBA program and how did you overcome them? For those that are just joining the MBA school, so that their mind is well prepared as to the challenges in MBA school and how they can overcome some of those things. I think you are. Can we have your response? Thank you.
My biggest challenge was the dynamic of the lectures. I struggled with, the way the lectures, the whole lecture thing. I really struggle a lot. I struggle to understand what is being taught. I struggle to understand the concept of what is being taught. In fact, let me just say my old thing with UNILAG lecturers, I struggle. I really, really struggle. Sometimes I try to let me even attend these classes. Let me see, I can even get the concept of, let me understand what the lecturer is saying. I try to put in all my full concentration, but I realized it's not really my thing. I think some people get it better, but for me, throughout my whole MBA in UNILAG, I struggle with how the lecturers teach. I struggle with how they pass their messages. So that's why I said my backup plan. You can kind of confirm from Prof, probably later. I never miss tutorials. And like I said, if I miss tutorials, I will always disturb him for the recordings because I know that is my backup plan. And I'm this kind of person, I don't want to fail. I don't have the mindset of a failure. I believe I can do it. So how do I now do? How do I help myself? That's why I said my backup plan has always been going for Brenner's tutorials and God, and reading on my own, reading to catch up. But I think that was my greatest struggle is, the whole lecturing thing in UNILAG. I don't know. It might be easy for others, but it was really a struggle for me. So, but I was able to scale through. At the end of the day, I was able to scale through, right? Just put your mind towards it, and it's worked for me, and I believe it can also work for others. So I think that's it.
All right, Bukola, thank you so much. Uche, somebody's asking a question. I would like you to answer this. Somebody's saying, how relevant is your MBA grade in getting your dream job? Uche, can you help us answer that question? Hello, Uche, are you still on this call? Okay, Mr. Alex, are you on this call? Since I can't find Uche, are you on this call? Mr. Alex.
Okay, I'm here. Can hear you.
Oh, okay. Since I can't find Uche, can you help us answer that question? Somebody's asking, how relevant is your MBA grade in getting your dream job?
Oh, all right. Okay, so one thing that is important for you to understand that you are not really here for MBA just for grade, right? The essence of MBA is for you to be equipped, for you to be a good and updated manager. But then the importance of your grade can come in, most companies don't really want to know the grade, but then it will help if there are, maybe for instance, they are trying to evaluate many results or many CVs. They can look at, okay, this person has a higher grade. But then the whole essence of MBA is for you to really understand how to navigate the managerial rules and managerial sections of your career. So it is not just a tool for you to get a job, but it's something that if you have, it become marketable and it's help you in your job search. But then the whole essence for you here is to make sure you're here, you don't just pass through MBA, let MBA pass through you. You learn everything that you need to put in practice when you come out from this section. And that is the most important part of it. But whatever we're doing, like they say, is what doing well. Your grade also is important, but that's not just the main thing. That's for me. Thank you.
All right, Alex, I will ask you another now. Somebody's also asking, Victoria Olayemi is asking, said, what are the benefits that comes with having an MBA program in UNILAG? Okay, an MBA degree she meant. For someone that did not have BSc from a first degree, what are the benefits basically of having an MBA degree? That's what she's asking. Can you share some of the benefits with?
If I get the question correctly, the benefit of having an MBA for someone who doesn't have a BSc, right?
No, that has a BSc degree.
Okay.
Okay, that doesn't have BSc from school. Yes. Maybe the person did something like, accounting and the rest of it, but not, didn't have BSc from school before. Okay, maybe like, Victoria, are you on this call? We want to know exactly what you mean. Is it that you are saying you have, I know people come in through HND and they have that liberty to do MBA. I want to know whether if I'm asking your question correctly. Victoria, are you on this call? So, but what I can read is that did not have BSc from school before. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she meant the person has HND or something. I don't know, but I think so.
Well, if that's the question, so like what I would say, MBA is actually, it is master's. Hello, can you hear me?
Okay. She has further clarified. She said she meant having BSc from another school. So the person didn't do BSc in UNILAG, but now the person is doing MBA in UNILAG. I think that is what she meant. About Bukola, Victoria, if you can, if you can ask your question directly, to be preferable, so that you can throw more light to.
But if it is that, then it's good to blend in your CV. Yeah, like myself, my university, my BSc was from a state university, So I'd wanted to blend my CV with the federal university. So yeah, so it's good if you don't have it from, even if you have it from, even if you have your BSc from federal university, you can still, have it from a different federal university. It's also having a blend of different university, it broadens your horizons of understanding, So I think that's the hallmark of it.
All right, thank you, Alex. Uche, thank you for joining the call back. I was looking for you the other time, but I think I can find you now. So let me ask you a question. What makes Brenner Tutorial Center different from other tutorial? Uche, I would like you to answer that question. What makes Brenner's different from other tutorial center? Hello, Uche, can you hear me? Hello, Uche. Oh, I don't know. Perhaps he might be having technical issue where he is. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes. We can hear you now.
Yeah.
Yes. We've lost you again. I'm not sure we can hear you anymore. Okay, so while Uche is trying to fix his technical issue, Bukola, I want to ask the last question from you. How can one position him or herself to graduate with an excellent CGPA? How can one position him or herself to graduate with an excellent CGPA? Bukola, that's for you. Then we can come back to Uche.
Okay, like I said it earlier that positioning yourself is about your mindset. If you have this mindset that you can do it, then you can, because mindset is not something anyone can, influence on you. Even your lecturer cannot change that about you. Even trainers consult cannot work on that for you. Is within you. If you have this mindset that you can do it, then you can do it. But if you have this mindset that, oh, this looks hard, this looks difficult, I don't think it's important, I don't even think it's necessary, why am I even doing this? Why am I stressing myself? Because trust me, you'll be stretched. Like, you'll be overly stretched. It's not really comfortable, it's not really convenient, So if you feel that, oh, I'm tired, it's exhausting, I don't even need the grade, which is definitely, you're actually right. It's not really about the grade, like I said. It's not really about the result. In fact, most companies don't even care about whether you have 4.2 or 3 points. They don't care. They just need they just want to know, your mindset. So if you can work on your mindset, if you feel that you can do it, if you feel that it's achievable, if you leave your past, mindsets behind and come up with a new thing that, oh, okay, I can do it, I can achieve this, then I think you can. So it's about you. It's not really about anyone. Every other person can all just try, but it's really about you. That's what I would say.
All right. So you are saying we should believe in ourselves and we should have the proper mindset. That way we can have an excellent CGP. All right. Thank you so much. But let me ask you the final one. How do you stay motivated during, stressful period? I know running an MBA program for many of us, we work as well. Many of us is not, so easy to combine both, classroom and the work environment. I think I've realized that both of them don't really mix. They are two mixable things. But then somehow many of us were able to do it. We're able to still do well academically, and our work did not suffer. So I want to ask you, how do you stay motivated during when the workload is so much? Maybe like the end of the year, you need to round up some things, and then you're trying to combine that with school. How are you able to manage? How do you motivate yourself? How do you ensure that you manage both of them and then you still have your grade?
I'll say I had to reduce a lot of activities. Before I started this master's thing, I was more like, oh, the party goer. I like to go out a lot, invite friends and all of that. But since I started the whole MBA thing, I reduced it a lot. Like it drastically dropped. So I don't really have anything that keeps me motivated. I just know that once I'm tired from work, from MBA and all, I sleep. That's the only way I can get myself. I sleep. I zoom off. I sleep, and by the time I wake up, I'm motivated. So I don't really have any strategy of, how do I keep myself motivated? So I'll just say I reduced a lot of activities. I reduced a lot of invites because I know this is what I'm doing right now. This is the phase in which I am right now. So I reduced a lot of activities, and my own motivation, it might be different from someone else. I sleep a lot. Once I'm tired, I just crash off. And by the time I wake up, I'm motivated to do both work and then, MBA. So that's what helped me anyways.
All right, thank you so much, Bukola. We want to bring this orientation program to a close. We want to appreciate all the guest speakers. Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you so much, Bukola, for your insightful thoughts. Thank you so much, Uche. I'm not sure Uche has been able to come back, has been able to join the call back. I'm not so sure. Thank you so much, all our attendees.
I'm back, but you can go ahead.
Oh, okay. Let me give you the chance. Let me give you the chance to take your part before I round it up. So the question I asked that what makes Brainers different from other tutorial platform? That was the question.
Sorry, Mr. Peter. Mr. Peter, also remind them that there will be lecture after this.
Yes, I will. So Uche, you can go ahead.
I got your question. So I was saying apologies. So I think that there was power outage, and then MTN has really been a mess. So what makes Brainers better than other tutorials? What we've been talking about all along. So one of the tutorials, I had one of the conveners, Japads, also, moved out of Nigeria also. So remember what I told you, that Jesus was telling us in the Bible the difference between a shepherd and a hireling. A hireling or a mercenary is probably just interested in getting that money from you. But with Brainers, you have the convener who is passionate about teaching, who is well grounded in these things also. He's there to help you. He's available at any time you need his help also. So I would recommend that you make him your lifelong friend. That's what makes Brainers. Brainers has outstanding people, at the helm of affairs. Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you all.
So we want to bring the orientation program to a close. Thank you so much, everyone, once again. Thank you so much, Uche, for your insightful conversation. Thank you so much for sharing your thought with us. Thank you so much. It's really been a wonderful section from the beginning to to this very moment. Thank you so much, all our speakers, our attendees. Thank you so much for joining this call. You guys are our future, and we hold you guys dearly in our heart. Thank you so much for joining this call. Thank you, Buzo, for joining this call. I was not expecting somebody like you on this call. I know you are a big man in your own field. Thank you so much for joining this call. Thank you, Olatomiwa, and the rest of you. I can't start mentioning it because of time. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate all of you for joining this call. It has been an absolute pleasure moderating this section and interacting with such brilliant minds. Remember, your MBA journey may be challenging, but with the right support system like Brainers Consult, success is within reach. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm looking seriously forward to meeting all of you in the MBA school. I would like to meet all of you one-on-one. My name is Peteru. Anytime, any day, I'm available, I'm accessible. You can get my number from some of your colleagues. If you have anything, any concern, you can always reach out to me. So thank you so much. We are bringing this orientation program to a close. Prof, we continue with the proper tutorial section with you guys. So until then, we meet in MBA school. Thank you all for joining this call. So please don't go away. Tutorial is starting immediately. They are having, introductory section with you guys for corporate finance, financial accounting, microeconomics, management, and marketing. So all of that will be taken by Prof and some of the tutors. Thank you all so much for joining us in this wonderful, Oh, Oluwapelumi, you have your hands raised. Okay, let me quickly take you. I don't know what you want to ask. Okay, Oluwapelumi, can you?
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for the presentation. I just want to ask a question. I mean, I've heard so much about Brainers Academy. How is the pricing, and how much do we need to get started on it? I don't know. They never mentioned anything about that.
Okay, so I'm not in the best position to share all of that with you. Prof is in the room. He's the best person. He's the CEO, the lead of Brainers Consult. So he will be the one to answer that question for you. Prof, do you want to answer a question, or you have to say?
The fee for the semester is 45,000. The fee for the semester is 45,000, and which include a past question pack. to include a past projector. And you have opportunity to pay 2 times for those that don't want to pay once. You can split your payments, but you need to make the complete payment before you get the past question pack. So for those that will pay once, once they pay, they get their past question pack. And the past question pack also have column for solutions to some questions on some courses, marketing and management. So we have already solved solution for marketing and management in the past question pack. So the fee is 45,000 for the semester.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
All right, thank you so much, Prof. So I will please don't go away, stay on the call. Prof will take you tutorial, section. He's going to take you introductory classes to some of those courses. All right, till I see you guys in MBA school. Have a lovely and wonderful Saturday. Thank you.